Okay, let's get into this. I'm not really much of a YouTube video streamer or blogger, or I don't really consider myself to make a lot of YouTube videos, and I definitely don't consider myself to be a preacher or a person, individual that has been called by the Most High to do His work. I just recently got back into the Word of God, and the main reason why I got back into the Word of God and got back into fearing the Most High, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, is because of fear. Okay, now my way of passing around the word and informing people about the Most High and what's going on around us is by passing out this little link right here on, which is typed up on a little sheet of paper, and telling people, hey, I think we're living in some times right now, some times and days that are really serious, and we should get serious about the greater being, the Most High, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Uh, what I did was print out a sheet of paper and cut them up into little pieces, and I passed this link out and let people know that they should check out the link, and if they can, to go through all the links in this PDF document, and just be considerate of what's going on in the world. Okay, this link right here will take you to the PDF document. This PDF document that I'm looking into right now, and in this link you'll see this right here. You'll see all these documents. Big Judah notebook folder. You'll see the actual document right here, which is in PDF format, and you'll see a couple of pictures that I've screenshotted and thought was very important that I could use to collaborate with this PDF document that I'm going to be spending time in. Okay, so look, this is the link right here. If you want to get it, you just click on that link or you enter it in the internet bar. It's tinyurl.com slash yellow 8 Michael Kendrick Umbrella David Franklin Henry. Okay, I'll say it in one more time. That's tinyurl.com slash yellow 8 Michael Kendrick Umbrella David Franklin Henry. Okay, that's Y8MKUDFH. Okay, it's the tiny Earl link. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna get into um what I'm trying to do is compile this information into one video set so that people can just get out of La La Land and be aware that we are living in some times where at any moment, I honestly feel we should be considerate the fact that at any moment things could start happening and getting very bad in America, and not just in America, but on this planet. Okay, I'm not a preacher. I just recently got back into fearing the Lord and getting back into the Word of God because honestly, it's fear. It's a fear, and it's a lot of things going on that's making me think, hey, maybe this could be the end of this planet, or maybe there could be some type of transition going on, and it's gonna be big. And I feel that this is something we should take seriously because America shut down right now. America's going through some things. It's going through a change, and when America goes, this is something that is not being taken seriously enough. Back when Trump first got in office, and there was sort of like a government shutdown, quote unquote, and that was honestly just a practice. But I honestly feel now that this incident is, or what's going on with the coronavirus and the RFID chip is the real deal. Okay, so look, these are some links that you guys need to check out. We got a guy here named Big Judah, and this is what his channel looks like. I'll show you guys. This is what his channel looks like. The guy, everything that he talks about seems to make sense. He talks about a lot about like biblical history and who black people are, the history of black people, and not only that, but the history of Caucasians or Edomites, Gentiles, whatever you want to call it. But these are the terms that he's using, and you might not even understand it until you actually get deeper into his videos and listen to what this man is saying. Okay, there's another guy that talks about biblical history and biblical prophecies, getting right with God. He goes by the name of Ayal Ben Gad Ben Yasser Hala. I don't really know how to say the name. Maybe I said it correctly or not. Okay. Um, very very entertaining guy. But again, in times like these, and what they're talking about is not here for entertainment. Okay, this is about life and death. This video I'm making, these videos that these guys make, it's about life and death and eternity, and where you're gonna be or what you're gonna be doing after you leave this earth if you die. You Live, Mark of the Beast, and there's a lot of the stuff that's being spoken about by these guys. You of course you'll find it in the church and everything, but I honestly feel that the church has been taken for granted, and church has also been taking a lot of things for granted and everything. We're here to put. I'm here honestly to just put this message out the way I feel I could put it out and help people understand what's going on. Here's another guy, Sabal. I haven't really gotten into his channel, but uh, these guys, he was recommended by Elder Ayal, and there's another channel that I think is interesting. It's called Yahweh Shai is Coming Back. These are some guys that are, Hebrew Israelites, and they, do a lot of uploads about the Hebrew Israelites and Jesus and history and aliens and spaceships. Okay. Now, again, I do feel that this is something that we should all take seriously. Whoever's watching this video. Okay. Um, I'm not much of a preacher. I don't really get into the word, but I've just recently started getting back into the word. Repented for my sins, and you know, I'm kind of scared. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm kind of scared about things going on around me, and I think it's about time we all just put the sinning down and try to get clean. Okay, so Second Ezra 9. We're gonna go through there's a lot of links on this document. Of course, people probably don't have the patience to look through a PDF document and just click on a bunch of hundreds of links because they really don't know what's going on. But the reason why I'm making this video is to compile everything into something visual and audible that you can see and help you to listen and understand what's going on around you. Okay, in regards to the things that are not being put on mainstream media, and also the things that are being put on mainstream media. A lot of things that are happening in America are not being told. A lot of things are not being told. They're being hidden. There's different things that are not released to the public and everything. And there are a lot of signs that we just need to pay attention to, make you think twice about where you're going to be or what's going to happen next. Okay. So look, let's go in Second Ezra's. Yeah. You know, where I was born and raised in the church, and after a while, I think my late 20s, I just decided to just leave the church because I didn't see any type of growth. I didn't feel that I was learning anything in the church and everything. And mind you, I've been in the church ever since I was a little kid. I'm in my mid 30s now. Every time you go to the church, it's just the same thing. A preacher screaming at the top of his lungs, people jumping up and down, stopping on the floor, hallelujah, speaking in tongues, um, drum banging on drums, some organ screeching and all that stuff. Talk about some Jesus is coming soon. Okay, this was years ago, and just kind of took it for granted. And not only that, but I just see a lot of nonsense going on in the church in regards to the women, the single mothers, chicks coming into church and they got all these babies from 3, 4 different guys, and they eyeing me down, trying to make me the 8th baby daddy so they could maybe put me on child support and get more government assistance. I don't know, but there's a lot of nonsense going on in the church. The pastor profiting off of the saints. Um, Pastor not doing anything to help the men grow. Um, Pastor just overlooking the fact that the women are doing what they do and nobody's chastising the women or trying to correct the women. So eventually I just got to the point where I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not learning nothing in this church. I don't feel different. I don't feel any type of change. So I'm going to leave the church. I'm not going to the church anymore. This was years ago. Okay. So years ago, I just kind of just put the church on the back burner because I feel the church wasn't helping me. And you know, it was just from that day till today, it's been just like a dormant type of mood with me. I haven't been going to church. I haven't really been spiritual. I've just been, kind of in la la land and just going to work, trying to make money, trying to survive. Literally just working, running in one spot, working just to feed myself. I was watching Brandon Miles 84 Conscious channel. I'm going to show you guys this channel right here. And I discovered, I'm going to show you B Miles 84 channel. This guy right here, I think he's got a lot of good intentions in his heart and everything. His name is Brandon Miles. Talks a lot about consciousness, and he's very open-minded. He thinks outside the box. Very intelligent guy, aspiring rapper, and he talks a lot about things that nobody talks about. He talks about a lot of things that mainstream doesn't talk about. Aliens, ancestral realm, more nationality. It's a very interesting channel. You should definitely give this guy a chance and look at him when you get some time. Maybe listen to one of his videos when you go to sleep. Okay. I was watching this guy's video and I stumbled across, just so happened to click on a channel called Big Judah. This is Big Judah's channel, and I started listening to Big Judah, and he spoke a lot about like biblical prophecies and what's going on today, these days, and everything, and history and where black people came from. And as I was listening, I got more and more. I just started clicking on more of his videos and listening to him, and it started to make sense. Like adding everything up that he was saying started to make a lot of sense. He's like connecting books. He's saying that there were books from the Bible that were hidden, Book of Colburn, uh, the Mormon's Codex, and he was mentioning things about how the Bible had like some books, removed, some things were tweaked. It started to make sense. Now, anybody that has some type of conscious or some type of wiseness about them would actually agree. Okay, now we're not. I'm not trying to get people to, I'm not trying to just preach from like a biblical praise the Lord, you screaming at the top of my lungs. But when we're talking logic here. We're talking logic, and we're talking about things that make sense. Connecting dots. Okay. My main concern that what I'm trying to do in this video and put out is I'm trying to compile all this information together and let you guys know that the path that America and this planet is going on is, I feel it's going to make a very, very big change. Not just to America, but to the planet. Okay. There's a lot of biblical prophecies that we've not been talking about, or things in the Bible that have never ever been brought up. A lot of scriptures and verses in the Bible, a lot of books of the Bible that have not really been taught to us growing up. You got Second Esdras here, okay? If you guys don't have a Bible and you have access to a computer, you could just click on any of these links right here, and it'll open up a Bible on the computer. Okay, as you can see here, I clicked on that. It takes you to the Bible. You got the Bible on the internet. Okay, the Bible is for free. If you want to read the Bible, you could just go on the internet and read the Bible. You don't have to go out and buy a book. Bibles are cheap on Amazon. You get a Bible for like maybe $15, $20 and everything. But if you don't have the money, if you don't want to spend money on a Bible, there are many websites that tell you about the Bible and have all the books of the Bible printed out on the internet. You could just probably print out the Bible for free if you have enough paper, but you're still going to be paying for it because you're going to have to pay for paper. But okay, so we're going to look at Second Ezra's. And what does it say? It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest parts of signs pass, which I have told thee before, thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." Okay, so Second Ezra 9:1 is telling you, hey, like when there's some signs coming up, and you start to see these signs and these omens, uh, time is near where there's going to be a return of the Most High, Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. I want to compile all these videos. I want you guys to understand that there are signs all around us, and it is not to be taken for granted. Okay, there are signs of various churches struck down, and if you listen to like El Ayal, he's in one of these videos and he speaks about the church, and he goes into the Bible and he pulls out these verses and these scriptures about how churches battle on you, which I kind of agree, because if the Bible didn't have a problem with the church, or if the Bible didn't have a problem with the way the church was set up, the Bible wouldn't have said it. Okay, so you can actually find those videos of Elder Ayal speaking about it on this link right here. It's Ayal Band God, and you click on the link, it's going to take you to the link, and it tells you right here the timestamps at 31:30, 45:35, 53:50, and 1 hour and 1 minute and 36 seconds. Those are the timestamps that I picked out. Okay, he was talking about the church. Okay, so he's saying that the church is set up by the devil to lead people to hell. Again, you can listen to those videos here and here. Okay, so now you go into the Bible and it shows you that the devil set up the church on earth to make people think that they were going to hell. Again, go to Elder Ayal's videos and he explains all this and breaks it down. Okay, so let's go into these links, aka these are, and honestly I feel that these are signs that there's a problem with the church. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open all of them. Okay, let's open that. Let's open up all these links right here, and we're just gonna try and like hurry up and scroll through them. But this is a video. This video is probably gonna be about like an hour long or something like that, so I can get out what I'm trying to get out. Okay, so we'll take a look at these various church videos struck down.
An historic church went up in flames after a lightning strike set off a 5-alarm fire. Good evening, everyone. For years, the First Mount Out of Free Will Baptist Church has survived the West Baltimore community and served the community as well.
But today, all neighbors and parishioners could do was just to stand back and watch in horror as the fire tore their house of worship apart in a 5-alarm blaze. It injured 3 city firefighters as well. 11 News reporter Lowell Melser is at the scene.
Every fire quickly spread throughout the church, and they're on top because of the smokes and
efforts of our people when they first got 3 fires
caused by liner loss. We're live in West Baltimore.
Okay, so look, all these links right here, I compiled all these links so that you guys could see. Like, this stuff is happening in 2020 right now, 2020, 2017. This stuff right here has recently been happening. 2020, churches being struck down by lightning. Out of all things that could be struck down, a tree could be struck down, a car could be struck down, maybe a fire building could be struck down, a firehouse could be struck down, or something like that. A presidential building, White House could have been struck down. Instead, it's the church. These churches, the various churches being struck down by lightning. You call it a coincidence, but if you look in the Bible and listen to what Elder Ayal Ben Gab was talking about, you link that with these videos right here on why churches are getting struck down. It would make you think, maybe there is somebody or some type of entity that is disappointed in the church on the face of the earth. Okay, it will make you think. Any wise person would probably put 2 and 2 together and say, hey, maybe there is something, wrong with what's going on about these signs and these omens around us. Okay, so let's get back to these videos and stuff like that. I'm not gonna sit here and watch the whole video. I just want to have you guys I'm gonna skim through it and have you guys just get an idea on what the videos are saying. Okay, so all these links right here are in regards to churches, quote unquote. Okay, we'll go to the next video. This one might scare you, so you might want to turn your headphones down. Okay.
Yeah.
It's more fun when you have to talk.
Yeah, because people can come in.
You have internet yet?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. I got that.
$6 grand out of this, man.
Today on Live at
Okay, so we're gonna go to the next video.
4 memories of baptism
As I said, I'm gonna skim through this.
and weddings.
I'm gonna just skim through them, and you guys can see there's a lot of churches getting struck down, man. This one was 2018. So you pay attention to the dates on these when these church strikings have been happening and everything. And then when you go back and you listen to Elder Ayal's video, you'll put 2 and 2 together, and you'll kind of think hey, maybe something is going on. You'll understand. Okay, this church got burnt down.
Sarakis has the latest.
You see,
Members were allowed inside the burned sanctuary to survey.
as you can see, if you listen to Elder Ayal's video, you will see that he mentions that graven image reasons about graven images and cult behavior inside these churches. That image right there you see at the entrance of that church is not Jesus. It is not Yahweh Shai. If you look in Revelations, it'll say Yahweh Shai, or the Most High, Yahweh Shai had brown skin, which was the color of like burnished bronze that was burned in the furnace, brass or bronze burnt in the furnace. Okay, that image right there does not look like him. Okay, a picture of Caesar Borgia, or whatever his name is, holding a lamb. That's not Yahweh Shai. Okay, and this is possibly be the reason why these churches get struck down. A church that gets struck down by lightning and set on fire from lightning, and possibly be why this could possibly be the reason why. Okay, so let's go and finish watching these videos.
The damage.
Pete Zarakis has the latest on the damage and what's next.
Much of the inside of the church is burned beyond repair, but we saw this afternoon that some of the items inside almost miraculously survived the flames. Pastor Edward May is a man of faith. That faith stronger now than ever.
There were some things that
Lutheran Church
can actually be cleaned up and be used.
Inside Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church today, he surveyed an estimated 17 million in fire damage. These friezes, once positioned behind the altar, were salvageable. So was this crucifix.
Our purpose is to communicate, share the good news of Christ, and anything that he preserves in the building.
Elsewhere, roughly 300 worship.
We've had several churches, their sanctuaries,
firm up a temporary home, even in the
I just believe that we're all going to be stronger because of it.
Pastor May confident that his community will someday resume services here.
We want to stay
A fast-moving.
Okay, so look, all these videos right here are connecting to what Elder Ayal is saying. Elder Ayal in this video right here. I'm gonna open up his video right here, and you'll actually.
They know Christ a black man. I'm still white. They don't want to accept who we are. They know damn well who we are. He gonna turn them one against another. Why? Since they don't want to accept who we are, they know damn well who we are. They know Christ a black man. I'm still white. They know Christ a black man. Who we are. They know Christ a black man.
Okay, so this is the video Babylon the World by Ayal Ben Gad, One Nation, One Power. So check out that video when you get the chance.
This protected room.
Again, you go to these timestamps in that video: 31:30, 45:35, 53:50, and 1 hour, 1 minute, and 36 seconds. He mentions a lot of the stuff. Now, linking up back to these various churches being struck down in 2020, that could possibly be why these churches are getting struck down.
Fire tears through an historic church in Wakefield. The flames sending the steeple crashing to the ground. That church is now a complete loss.
People here at first completely up in flames. Take a look at video from yesterday evening. You can see the church completely up in flames at one point around 7 last night. Onlookers watched as those flames eventually caused the top of the steeple to crash to the ground. The fire chief saying that when his crews arrived on scene, the extent of the fire was actually so bad, it was hard for them.
2 days ago, I just went to the service, 10:15 on.
Kept safe, a bit.
Yeah, well, firefighters do remain on scene here, checking out the hotspots early on this morning, but you can see the damage that was left to the steeple. That's what we're told. They believe that lightning struck the steeple. The fire started in the attic before spreading, but we know that 180 fire that was put out late last at Faith Tabernacle Church. That's on 28th Street here in Greeley. The church was evacuated. No injuries were reported, so certainly good news there. But witnesses say they observed a lightning strike in the area. Greeley Fire tells us the official cause still under investigation.
Just a building. It's wait and see what we have in there. But, you know, as a church,
investigation.
We'll have to wait and see what we have in there. But, you know, as a church, it's not just a building, it's the people. And what we do, we'll keep doing, because not just a we'll have to wait and see what we have in there. But, you know, as a church, it's not just a building, it's the people. And what we do, we'll keep doing, because that didn't change just because there was a fire. We'll keep doing. It's not just a building, it's the people. And what we do, we'll keep doing, because that didn't change just because there was a fire.
Firefighters not appear.
Okay, so what do you think that Why do you think she said that? What we do, we're going to keep doing. That's not going to change. What do you think she's saying? She's not really saying on TV what they do inside the church. What do they do that could possibly have been the reason why that church was struck with lightning? Okay. So there's some comments here, and I'm gonna go actually open up this document here, and I'm gonna show you comments of Greeley Church struck by lightning. I screenshotted this. Okay, and you read the comment here by Miss Janelle. It says, I went to this church. I know everyone they showed in this video. A lot of my family, it's a cult church. The pastor is a bad guy, and for this to happen is mind blowing. Okay? There's another one here, James Owens. I heard the pastor was harassing a former member of that church. Her new pastor was notified. Both pastors chatted. The pastor you mentioned was saying bad things about her new church. Her new pastor warned him, be careful how you speak about God's church. Jesus will look after his church. Shortly afterwards, the above happened. Okay? So you got people that are like inside of the church, or they know people that are insiders of the church, and they're talking about cults and how the pastor's doing certain things. You don't think it's a coincidence that that church got struck down because they into cult stuff? You don't think it's a coincidence? Think about it. The lady said it in the video. What we do, we're going to keep doing. It's not going to, just because the church got set on fire, we're not going to repent. We're not going to stop doing what we do. We're not afraid. We don't care. We go keep doing it. You don't think that's a coincidence? The comments right here. The comments are right here. So all these videos, you guys might want
It lit up the sky
think about what's
for less than a second, shooting brick and wood more than 30 feet away from Pleasant Grove Baptist Church.
Knew that the wind obviously affecting
Of the building and front of equipment in the sanctuary out of order. Church's lightning rod
over $25,000-$30,000.
After the bolt hit the building and not the church's lightning rod, Rosser is definitely thankful.
The fact that we got struck by lightning and had this kind of physical, visible damage, and to be able to see that there was no fire that was the result of that. So we're just very grateful for that fact that God protected us in that way.
And as he looked over the damage Friday morning,
texted me and had seen the picture of the strike on Facebook, and that was the first time I saw the picture.
Recording 24/7, see how strong the overnight storms had been. Then he saw the flash of light.
And I slowed it down and finally caught it exactly the right moment.
The church didn't catch fire, and its pastor wants to believe lightning truly does not strike twice.
I mean, you never know.
Holds a portion of Notre Dame's recovered treasures, furniture, chandeliers, and candlesticks, all saved.
This church is in France, so it seems. The Church of Notre Dame got struck by fire. They're in here worshiping idols and graven images and all types of objects. You have people lining up, kissing the crown of thorns and stuff. I heard. I don't know. Let's watch the video and check it out.
Operation. The artifacts were carefully escorted to the Paris City Hall building, located nearby. The first treasure to be saved, the Holy Crown of Thorns, which King Louis IX brought to France in the 13th century. The relic, invaluable to Catholic worshippers, was purportedly laid on the head of Jesus Christ shortly before his crucifixion. And fragments reportedly from the cross upon which Jesus was crucified were also brought to safety, along with this tunic, worn by King Louis XIV, who was canonized in 1297. The Silver Virgin, too, used in Assumption Day processions, was recovered unharmed. But water damage inside,
as they don't stay wet for too long, no risk of place.
Was still under 300. Back to the Bourdon Emmanuel Bell inventoried all of the recovered treasures will be.
Okay, so like if you look at that church, you see what they're doing. They're in there like worshiping graven images. They're worshiping statues. They're paying reverence and homage to a bunch of statues in the building. They're kissing the crown of thorns, and it says in the Bible, it says in the Word of God that thou shalt have no other graven images before me. I'm a jealous God. I'm not really like familiar with the scriptures and everything. I do know it's in there though. So if you guys want to get like more details and information on scriptures, I suggest you listen to Big Judah, Elder Ayal, and all those other guys that I've included in the PDF documents. Okay, so we put all this stuff together. Why get churches getting struck down? Churches, these quote unquote supposed places that are going to help you get to heaven. And then in one of these videos, it shows that the lady's like, yeah, we're doing something, but we ain't going to stop doing it. Makes you think. It makes you think, okay? And you know, this is one of the things that just got me into this research and getting back into the Word of God. And not only that, the churches, we're going to move on to other plagues. We see these plagues going on around the world and stuff. We're looking at like bodies of water turning red. Let's look at these links right here, okay? Let's open these up. So bodies of water turning red. These are all biblical things, biblical tokens, biblical incidents that have happened in the Bible before the returning of the Lord, or before big incident. These were signs. Okay, so another body of water turns red in New York State. Okay, this is a lake in Bath, New York. It turned red. Multiple Indonesia volcanoes erupt. New York lake turns blood red. Okay, so we got a volcanoes going off. We got lakes turning red. No, you don't see all this stuff going on. And you don't think to get on your knees and say, hey, Lord, I'm a sinner and I want to be saved. You're not thinking like that after seeing all this stuff, man. Something's wrong with you. Okay, let's look at another one. There's one in Canada. Canada is not exempt from the judgment of God, so from the supposed judgment of the Most High, Yahweh Shah. Canadian Creek turns blood red and creepy footage, straight out horror film. Okay, so like in a lot of these videos, they always try to downplay it and say, "Oh, it's just ink from an ink factory," or "Oh, it's just food coloring that's spilled from a factory." They always try to downplay the works of the Most High, Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh. Okay, stuff ain't to be played with, man. Okay, so we're not gonna watch it again. Let's go to another one. Church of God news. Okay, so there was an earthquake in Turkey, and a river turns red. Okay, where was this at? Let's click on this link right here. Go into it. Here's the video. I think a video is even going to play. You don't see that crow right there at the top? It's near that blood. So the fowl of the air, usually they start to like flock towards dead corpses and bodies. I do remember stumbling across an article somewhere saying a bunch of crows and birds were just like piling around, and like the flock of them was just like at an all-time high. The amount of the numbers of crows in the air. Okay, so these could possibly be some signs of something big coming, man. No, I don't know if that was a crow or just a regular bird, but it looks like a crow. Okay, so we going in all these links right here, and I'm gonna just compile it into one video, help you guys understand. Hey, you guys better start getting serious. You don't know what's gonna happen next or when that sky is gonna crack, and you see this big just spaceship in the sky, or you see a melanated guy with a white beard coming out the sky, and he's looking to kill people. He's not coming here to bring people up and save people. He's coming to kill. Okay, this is another river turning red around the world. Okay, I don't know exactly where this is. This was posted April 29th, 2020. Where is this at? Bodies of water have been turning red around the globe. Okay, you're not seeing this on the news in America. Turn blood red. That's it. What is this? Lymphite River in Desda, Africa. Turned blood red last Wednesday. Shocking residents. Okay, this is Africa. This ain't funny, man. Okay, let's go on to some other links. Let's talk about locust plagues. Let's open up these links. I'm trying to go through this thing as fast as I possibly can, but I want to try and like compile all this stuff in one to get you guys to think twice about what you guys are doing with your lives for the next year or maybe the next month or whatever. You guys better hit your knee, get on your knees and start praying. Okay, this is 2019, 2020 locust infestation. This is Wikipedia. Okay, you got locusts in Africa. Okay, locusts crawling all over trees. Okay, it looks like a scripture right there, Joel 2:5. Okay, this is in Africa. Okay, so you guys go and check out all these links when you can. You know, if you ever get the time to click through those links. Here's a news article. It's Bloomberg Green. Bloomberg.com. There's the link up there. I mean, you got the links all here. So all you got to do is just click on them and you'll be able to see these articles.
The noise is deafening, the stench worse, but locals are powerless to get rid of them unless they break the law.
This is like from a horror movie.
And it was like a bat tornado over the town. That's how bad it was.
It just seems to me that every bat in Australia is now in Ingham.
It's a town under siege. Overrun by bats that outnumber the population by hundreds of thousands.
It just stinks. It stinks.
Infiltrating every corner of the town and putting lives at risk.
What was your biggest fear when you got scratched?
Am I gonna die? Like,
On for way too long. The normally quiet town.
The problem that we're having.
Every inch of every branch is covered with them. Mayor Raymond J.O. says
it is
constantly breaking from the sheer weight of them. The bus stop, footpaths, even the town's cenotaph are covered in bat feces. But at night,
I think that's amazing how
town's cenotaph are covered in.
Look at that, you got that cross there. That cross, I don't think that represents anything in regards to Yahweh Shai. Now I may be wrong. I gotta look into the Bible and start studying and trying to figure out that cross doesn't have anything to do with Yahweh Shai. I don't think it does. I'll have to look into research, but notice how like you see in all these videos, there's something religious in regards. Not all of them, but most of the videos, some of the videos, they include something in regards to religion and what we've been taught. This cross right here, you see, and now you see a plague of bats around it. We need to start thinking about what's going on and what's coming, guys. People, whoever's watching this video.
Bat feces, but at night, it's far worse.
This is what locals here have to put up with every day. There's hundreds of thousands of bats flying around. The noise is horrendous and the smell is putrid and lingers long after the bats have flown away for the evening. This can last up to an hour and is repeated every morning when they return.
If you come up here.
See, they're not putting these type of things on your American media in America. They're not putting this stuff on the news.
Do concerns for local and bat.
I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, man. Links are there for you guys to check out these videos, man. We're not gonna watch the whole video. on this one video right here. But you check them out when you want.
They're so frightening, they're mentioned in the scriptures as divine punishment. Locusts have been harbingers of doom from time immemorial. Notorious they may be, but this is exceptional. It's 70 years since Kenya witnessed these sights and sounds. A proliferation that began in Saudi Arabia's empty quarter now stretches 3,000. They use them in keys. Have used by every one of them have been devoured by ravenous swarms. Each and every one of them can eat its own body weight each and every day. Mama Chirito is a farmer and a mother harvesting her mango.
Okay, so
the noise is deafening.
See these? Okay, we already watched this one about the bat. Watch that one too. I think I included links several times. Okay, so those are the swarms. Okay, we talk about, I skipped over the earthquakes ones. Let's look at the earthquakes. We talk about earthquakes now. These are all signs right here. Like everything, all these links right here are signs, serious signs that we can't ignore, you know? And it should really encourage you to get into the Word of God, okay? Angel Maroney loses trumpet in Salt Lake City earthquake. Okay? You could go to Google and type that in and look into some more research, okay? Let's look at this earthquake video right here. Earthquakes.
I ended up falling off my bed when I realized it was an earthquake because I was so thought it was my sister's alarm clock because she always has it up so much, but it got worse and worse until I finally ended up falling off my bed when I realized it was an earthquake because I was so freaked out. I'd never happened to me before when I actually acknowledged there was an earthquake. There'd only been tremors.
My car started swaying all over the road. I kind of thought it was the wind at first, but it was so strong and like my car, I don't know, it just went across the whole lane.
So when did this happen? We don't know when. It's not showing like a specific date or anything, but we do know that like we've been getting a lot of earthquakes over there in California and Utah in like 2020. Okay, so all this stuff is happening this year. These signs here of these earthquakes going on. All right, let's go into we did locust plagues. Here's another swarm of bee deaths. You know. This is an article. It's okay. Bees are dying. Why are bees dying? Because they play a critical role in the nation's multi-billion-dollar horticulture industry, pollinating not just for almonds but fruit, including apples, pears. They make honey. Okay, honey is very important. Okay, and it seems like the Most High is going after things we need to survive. You know, honey, food, crops. Okay. The fowl of the air, swarms of birds are dying. Hundreds of dead birds found in a mystery mass death. Okay, this was December 2019. This is recent.
The stench is awful.
Do seem to be on the road and on the sides of the road and on the verges, which is very strange.
He said the stench was awful. When did this happen? This all happened in like 2020. December 2019. Here it is right here, 2019. Okay, let's go to the next video. Okay, I'm gonna compile all these videos in here so you guys can see what's going on around in the world. A ton of dead birds, more than 1,000 fell from the sky in Missouri. Caught up in the storm. Not really a video here. Here's an article. Let's close this out. More than 1,000 birds died. Missouri, this is the same article. Okay, birds are dying. They're probably blaming 5G. Probably saying the 5G is killing the birds. We want to blame it on man-made technology. This might be the most high. It's making you guys think, okay? Tornadoes have been rampant in the South. We're going to take a look at these videos. I'm going to skim through all of them. We're not going to watch all of them. I'm just going to hurry up and try and get you guys to, whoever's watching this video and whoever appreciates the video, to see that things are happening. Open all of them. We're not going to watch like the whole video because I don't want to sit here for like a whole hour in the video. Okay, let's look at this video right here. It's taking a while. There we go.
Fox Business's Grady Trimble is live in Putnam County, surrounded by all that debris. Grady?
Good morning, and so many people have come to help out that the county has actually asked people not to come today. They had 2,500 volunteers yesterday, and now they say they need work for the power crews to restore power to the homes in this area. I want to show you some of this debris because when you look at it specifically, you're reminded that this is stuff that belonged to people just a few days ago, like this wagon here, bikes over there. And the people I've talked to, what's amazed me here in Tennessee is that even the people who have lost everything, they feel lucky to have survived, and even they want to help out. Listen.
Everybody's got heartbeats. Number one, do more.
Enough to also help the people around us. If donating some fund has proceeds survivors of the tornado, it's dirty, but it's not.
Okay, so look, you going back and you listen to like Big Judah. Big Judah puts a lot of emphasis on how on the history of black people, where black people have come from. From a biblical perspective, he talks about how why all these tornadoes could possibly be occurring because the 400-year rulership from Esau is coming to an end, and now these Gentiles or Edomites are getting swept off the land. Okay, so all this stuff happening right now in 2020 could possibly be signs that, hey, this is actually what's really going on. The people are getting swept off the land, and the land is going to be left for the people that are truly supposed to be on the land, which is Hebrew Israelites, aka melanated beings or melanated people, God's chosen people. And you watch his videos, and it seems to link up and make sense, and it makes perfect sense. Okay, so let's watch another video of this tornado here. Keep in mind, all this stuff is in 2020. April 19th, okay? So I'm making this video April 29th. These tornadoes were like last week.
Learned today that 7 tornadoes hit the Tennessee Valley Sunday night. 3 were in Bradley County alone, with 1 each in Hamilton, Murray, Dade, and Walker counties. Here's a look at the timeline of that. Walker County, Georgia was hit first at 8:15 that evening. The tornado was on the ground for 17 minutes and traveled south of Lafayette for 10 to touch 10:54. It was on the ground went from 11:45 to 11:55.
Okay, she's just talking. There's not really footage of the type of damage. These are E4, E5 top tier tornadoes.
Central Time, about 5 p.m., northeastern Arkansas. The city of Jonesboro, a city of about 70,000 people, in turn from this tornado. Looks fairly benign when we take a look at it from this traffic camera, but it really comes to life in just a matter of minutes. Roared across the mall at Turtle Creek. Did a lot of damage there. Already reports of 6 injuries. We don't know of any fatalities so far, but they're still investigating this. We will have survey crews from the National Weather Service come out. They'll tell us just what the extent of the damage is and assess how. There you can see debris strewn about, also cars that were damaged, and we have a lot of people who are just kind of assessing the damage here right now. So there may have been a mixed blessing with many people still at home and not venturing outside so much. Still have a particularly dangerous situation across much of central and northern sections. Numbers of tornadoes according to the storm prediction. Mississippi, we will.
Okay. Y'all need to go listen to Big Judah. Big Judah gonna explain to you why these tornadoes are occurring. This might be the stage of the process where, you know, they're getting swept off the land. Look at all this damage. This is footage in They're not putting all this stuff on the on TV, on the media. You guys go check out the links for yourself and you'll see it. You know, this is not made up. I remember watching one of these tornado videos, footage from the tornadoes, and one of these guys were talking. And they were saying the tornado lifted up an axle off of a car, and it killed somebody.
Destruction across Seneca after.
And so you guys might want to, you know, really just go through these links and think about what is to come.
Was jolted awake early this morning. He and his family immediately took cover.
Me and my wife got our kids and got into the hallway, and the saying is true. It sounded like a freight train.
That freight train was a tornado in Seneca, sending this tree crashing onto his bedroom and causing widespread damage, leaving almost no block untouched. As dawn turned to daylight, a better look at what the storm left behind. Downed power lines create a dangerous maze on streets, overturned trees seemingly everywhere. So many pieces of property, almost everything in her house.
Because if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be here. I mean, look at the house.
So after a long night of powerful winds and rain, a long road of cleanup ahead.
This devastating storm.
Tennessee is now under a state.
Yeah, so something's happening, you know, for all these tornadoes to occur. And it says in the Bible that there are going to be tornadoes, tempests, floods, plagues. And I'm just clearly just walking you guys through everything that's going on in 2020 right now. I don't think it's going to get any better for this planet, because there's going to be a change. Head are going to be made to tail, and tail is going to be made to head, and vice versa. And you know, I really do believe that what's going on in the Bible in regards to Yahweh Shai and Yahweh is going to be making a change. The Bible says who the people are, who his chosen people really are, and those are black Hebrew Israelites. If you listen to Big Judah and Elder Ayal, you will start to understand that, hey, these could possibly be the signs of times. All these links that I'm clicking on is giving you an explanation as to what's going on and why it's occurring. You guys better stop taking this stuff for granted and pay attention.
About an hour from Chattanooga in Murray County, Georgia, the severe storms there left at least 7 people killed.
Amelia Young joining us now from a neighborhood.
You need to start watching that TV, man, because they ain't gonna tell you the truth. They're not telling you nothing important. These guys right here, Big Judah, Elder Hayal, B Miles 84, they're telling you about what's going on around you and your true history, the second stick of the Bible, and identifying yourself and knowing who you are and what's happening. It all seems to make sense.
Just a chair sitting there with nothing around, just that chair.
She's not really explaining nothing. She's just talking about the chair and what the damage and stuff. But you guys can see in these videos, these tornadoes taking place. It could possibly be a phase that is controlled by our God, the Most High, to get these people off the land. Because it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. There's going to be a change in transition. And the Bible says that he's around this time, he's going to be turning his face back towards us. It's been 400 years since Esau's been in power. And that time is almost up. It seems to all make sense and connect when you listen to Big Judah. Okay, so this is just like a flyby of the different types of damage these tornadoes do, but it's showing you. All this stuff is recent too, April 2020, and today is April 29th. So all this stuff happened last week. These tornadoes, trees blocking roads and highways, trucks getting shut down. I'm a truck driver. Look at this. This is a flood going on and everything. I'm a truck driver. I'm getting calls from these trucking companies because these trucking companies are really trying to help out during this pandemic and during these storms. It seems like they're just getting bombarded, hit left and right with all these different types of punches from what you people consider Mother Nature. But I honestly believe that this is the Most High doing work, trying to restore us, restore black people. This is something, man. This is exactly why I got back into the word, because the signs are clearly there.
The coronavirus pandemic clashing with that 33 is in people killed across 6 states by picking up the pieces this morning. At least 33 people killed across 6 states by the severe storms. Victor Oquendo is in Monroe, Louisiana, has the latest for us. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Robin. More than 70 lived and shredded there. This morning, hundreds of thousands waking up in the dark after a punishing line of storms swept across the south to the northeast. Survived, but these storms dark just getting started. This morning, hundreds of thousands waking up in the dark after a punishing line of storms swept across the south to the northeast, made even more difficult by the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Strong winds peeling the roof right off this sports complex and this historic hotel in New Jersey, and toppling this tree onto a family's home just outside New York City.
And just came crashing to the ceiling. I mean, I was lucky to get out alive.
Outdoor coronavirus testing facilities desperately needed in the fight against this pandemic shut down across more than Mrs. Paula during the tornado. Chatting writing Robert Sheriff's Department mourning the loss of Deputy Robert Ainsworth and his wife Paula. Writing Robert left this world a hero as he shielded Mrs. Paula during the tornado. Chattanooga, Tennessee taking a direct hit from an EF3 twister with winds of 145 miles an hour. And in Monroe, Louisiana, where hundreds of homes were damaged.
A picture of me and my mother. My mother died a couple of years ago.
Felicia Tom, young children moved into of their home.
Thank you. Let's go to Ginger now, who's at
The video there of Medill shortly after the tornado came through. Roofs were taken off homes. Trailer homes were obliterated in this tornado. Damage to a church there in Medill. It set down about 4 miles southwest of town, then intensified right through town. That video from Chopper 4 just shortly after the tornado went through this afternoon. Jeremy Carter, as it set down on the southwest side of town, it obliterated some automobiles and cars and trucks on the highway southwest of Medill as it strengthened quickly, setting down and then going through the town of Medill. Wynnewood tornado for Mark Dillard. Mark's been very busy today. This is the tornado, one of the first ones of the day, southeast of Pauls Valley. Notice it is from the center of your screen to the upper.
All right, let's watch this video down here. Seems they got an actual live tornado.
It's debris. It hit something. Oh, it hit right there. It just took us so hard.
Really oh my God!
Hey, we need to get inside.
Let's go!
Oh my God, you guys! Oh my God! Should we ready to go home?
It looks like he's coming this way.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, so they're in there screaming and laughing like, oh, they want to go home and everything. By the time they get home, they might not have a home. The tornado might rip it apart. I'm gonna show you guys the video. You guys check out the links when you want, and you can see these links for yourself. But something's going on.
Where is it?
Ready, Dan? All right.
On Easter.
Yeah, so these are a lot of tornado videos going on. I'm gonna just like skim through it. You guys see the footage of what's going on. It's something to be really serious. I want to get to the part where you actually see the guy and he's hurt and he's bleeding and everything.
Minutes said yeah, said it wasn't fine, yelling James. The women were just standing there in horror, yelling fire names. Bill through the bushes, a house up. Anybody through here?
Right here where we're at?
Yes, and I'll track it with you and tell you where it is.
Tell you what, just pull over a little bit and block that entrance right there.
Copy that. And these two women walked up and they said, have you seen if anybody's in this house up here? And we looked up and we didn't see a house. Officer said, there's a house up there? They said yes. So we all ran over this hill through the bushes, climbed over the fallen trees, and there was a pile of rubble on the ground.
Hello?
The man's name was James, and so we were yelling James into all the crevices, and the fireman got on his stomach and started slithering on his belly into the house, yelling James. The sheriff was on the roof yelling James. The women were just standing there in horror, and I didn't know what to do, so I told him that he'll be fine, that there's plenty of room to live inside the house, that it wasn't blown away at least. I saw this guy walking down the road. He had blood on his head, blood on his arm, mud all over him. And I said, are you James? He said, yes. I said, is that your house? He said, yes. It took me 20 minutes to crawl out of the damn thing.
Yeah, so I don't think America is going to be restored. I think it's going through a transition. If you look in the Bible, Big Judah explains everything. Here's this video right here. Big Judah. He explains how this land is meant for, God's chosen people, which is Black Hebrew Israelites. He goes a lot and deep into the history of what happened in the past and how Caucasians actually came to this land. He pulls out books and shows evidence that Black people were actually here first. They were mixed with Indians and tribes. It makes a lot of sense. So you guys better get on your knees and start talking to the Yahweh and talking to Yahweh Shai and get things right with your life and get things right with your soul. Let's watch some more. We already watched that one. Okay, so even UK is getting some tornadoes and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on with UK because for some reason we don't get told what goes on over there, but UK is going through some times also, it seems. There's been some floods in Italy, I think. Okay, let's go down to the blood moon. Okay, if you go to this channel right here, B Miles 84.
But I'm seeing like a lot of stars and
This is B Miles 84 Conscious Channel. And he's talking about the blood moon that day. I mean, you can't really see the details of the moon with his phone, but he talks a lot about it. He talks a lot, and him and this other guy named Brandon Forte get on his channel. They talk about, watch the weather, and they're exposing what a lot of Gentiles and Edomites have done to us in the past, and it's really some eye-opening stuff, and it's some stuff that makes you wake up and understand what's going on. He's talking about the blood moon right here. Okay, so if you go back in the notes and you look at the omens and signs, and in the Bible it says somewhere, and you'll actually find out exactly where it says that the stars and the moon. I'm sorry, it says the stars and the moon were made to tell time and to inform people, to tell time and to give signs of what is to come. Okay, and that's exactly what's going on. That blood moon was an omen. It was an omen. It was a sign. On the inauguration of Donald Trump, it was a blood moon. And B Miles channel, he actually talks about this stuff on his channel about how Donald Trump is the last president. He's president number 45, and all this other stuff. Some very enlightening stuff. But when it push comes to shove, at the end of the day, this is stuff that you want to consider, and you want to hearken unto it and listen to it. Understand that now is the time to pray and get right with God, because something might be coming back. This country is not getting restored. This is it. This is it for America. It might be. This might be it. Okay, we'll go into. So we'll do the blood moon and stuff like that. Okay, so you go on this link right here. So I'm not making a big deal over the eclipse, but it shows you what the eclipse, how many eclipses we've had down here. So this is a website you might want to check out. But an eclipse and blood moons are omens. These are signs, which is something that we haven't been taught in school. This is stuff that they're not teaching. They don't tell you about this stuff in school. They don't tell you about this stuff in college. Okay, they just tell you about white Jesus and Christopher Columbus, and all this stuff. They don't the stuff that I've been listening to on Elder Ayal's channel and Big Judah. It's stuff that they should have been teaching in the church, but they weren't teaching in church because I guess the pastors have some type of pact with the government, with their 501c3s to not talk about certain things. But these things should have been spoken about in the church. And as I was listening to Big Judah's channel and Elder Ayal's channel, I've learned much more in just, I think, 1 week of listening to their videos compared to the amount of stuff that I've learned in the church, me going to church for 15, 20 years, 25 years of my life. This is educational stuff on these guys' channel. You guys really need to check out their videos. Watch their videos when you go to sleep at night or something like that. And time is running out. You got these hailstorms, videos of comet meteorites falling and stuff. Nigeria got hit with a meteorite.
Of the island. Wow.
Okay,
so a lot.
They got hit with a meteorite. He has some videos of meteorite, and this is his channel right here, Grand Supreme News. Meteor streaks over Puerto Rico. He's going to show you a video. Let me see if I can find the video. Okay, here it is.
So God bless popped up. Impeachment 17-year-old Puerto Rico. So we're gonna watch this video right here, guys. Let me just set up the volume. Pay attention to this dog. I've been talking about many times that dogs could sense when something is coming. So pay attention to that dog, but also look up in the sky. I will play this video 3 or 4 times. Let me just remove myself.
See that?
All right, so that was a couple of videos. Let me play one more time. Right here, you're gonna see it. They go to meteorite. The meteor, excuse me. Okay, so I don't know why they're screaming so loud, but just one more.
Now, I also want to mention there was a time where I was I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. I was driving my hoopty. It's a Honda Accord 2000 or something like that. And I was driving on Scotland Road towards White Castle, coming from South Orange, and I saw something flying straight down. It was like bright orange. It looked like a flying fire in the sky. It was bright orange and it disintegrated. Now I saw it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch it on camera or anything because I didn't have a camera in the car and I was just driving. But I thought it was a spaceship. It wasn't a spaceship. It was like it looked like a meteorite. And I saw this, but I really didn't have anything to record with it because I wasn't recording. Sometimes you just see these things with your eyes, and then when you want to record something, it doesn't happen again. Yeah. So let's go. Here's some links on hail that's been happening in 2020 and stuff. You can check those out. Floods. Okay, so just look at all these things here. Like, let's take a look at sinkholes. Okay, so now what I want to do. I want to cover sinkholes. Now, something funny. It's just definitely gonna bring something up. Just let me open up all of them and we'll go through it. Okay, so we got like different states here. We got Lake Michigan flooding, sinkholes. We got Seattle, Washington, Florida, Louisiana, Texas, California, New Jersey, and
Well, a series of sinkholes.
Okay, so before we get into the sinkholes, I want you guys to know there's a lady by the name of Lori Toy. That's her name right there. And she mentioned one time that she said 15 years ago that she had a vision that America was going to go through some land changes, and that East Coast and West Coast was going to be underwater. Okay, so these were supposed prophecies, quote unquote. Let's go and check her out and see what she's saying. She had a map called the I Am America maps. I guess she drew it out, and she drew out a description or image of what America would look like, and I'm assuming that America is going to look like this after a collapse or the second coming of Christ or something like that. So let's go into this I Am America map and we'll see exactly what she talk about. Okay, so let's go ahead and open that up. Open image tab. As we can see, this is America after things have just like gone bad. As you can see, California's underwater. There's a state next to Texas underwater. I forget which state it was. What was it? Louisiana. Okay, so we're looking at Louisiana right here. It's going to be underwater. This is the I Am America map. This lady named Lori Toy. She said she had this vision, and this was years ago, that America would go through some changes. Okay, so look here. I live in New Jersey right now. That's New Jersey right there. So it looks like northern New Jersey is going to be underwater. And when you look at these links that I'm about to show you in regards to sinkholes, notice how it's like certain states, and those states match up with the states in this I Am America map. Okay? Now remember, Louisiana's right here. Northern New Jersey's right here. So that I was, she said that East Coast and West Coast is going to be underwater. Okay, so actually, I think Brandon Miles 84 said East Coast and West Coast was going to be underwater. This is Louisiana. Okay, all this stuff could possibly occur through sinkholes, earthquakes, volcano. You got Yellowstone volcano about to erupt somewhere up in Yellowstone or something like that. Okay, so a lot of stuff is going on. Half of Texas is going to be underwater probably. Florida's going to go through some changes. Um, and even Florida is going through some sinkholes right now, and we're going to go ahead and watch those videos. Okay, so keep in mind that all this stuff right here occurring in these states. It shows here in the I Am America map that in the future all this stuff is going to be underwater. Okay, so we're going to look now. I don't know which state this is in, but he recorded this on January 2020. I don't know which state he's in, but there's a sinkhole. So check out Marty Johnson Ozark Outdoors.
Folks, this is Marty out here in Ozark Outdoors.
Moraga has a new sinkhole on its hands, located at Center Street near Ream Boulevard. This
is California right here. Sinkholes in California.
That caused another sinkhole in 2016. But KPIX5's Da Lin says this one may be harder to fix. Da?
Alan, the challenge has to.
Okay, so the map might not be accurate. It might not be accurate, but it's letting you know what America's going to look like in the future. It might be during this pandemic here. So,
well, the winter. Talking to these different landowners to shell out the money and pay for the repair, and as you know, it's tricky. Surface. But the Moraga Public Works Director says it's deceiving because there's nothing underneath that asphalt.
Is missing about a 2 by 5 foot section, but below that hole is a little cavern that's about 10 by 10 by 12 feet.
The sinkhole formed in the parking lot of a gas station and auto repair shop earlier this month. Workers say it's expanded and gotten bigger over the last 2 weeks. Mike Peterson says it's affected his business.
We've lost part of our parking, obviously, and 2 entrances to the
8 feet in diameter, most likely caused a sinkhole.
The corrugated
same pipe cracked and caused a large sinkhole right across the street in 2016. It swallowed the sidewalk, a traffic light, and a PG&E junction box. It took roughly $3 million to fix. So costly, it even is the only portion that runs underneath private land, and that's where the new sinkhole is.
Time is a possibility for
pipe. Problem is, so now that response.
Okay, so this is California right here. Let's go back to the I Am America map. Okay, California is going to be underwater, according to this I Am America map. This hasn't happened yet, but this is coming from Lori Toy. She said she had a dream about America going through some land changes. And so these prophecies in these Bibles and everything like that, you put all this stuff together. All this stuff is happening right now. All this stuff is happening, guys. Big Judah's not crazy. You don't have to believe it if you don't want to. But when the time comes where maybe Yahweh comes back and stuff, you're not ready, man. It's not gonna end so good for you. Okay, we talking states about America's going through something right now. And another thing I wanted to say, I'm in South Orange, New Jersey. I remember seeing a sinkhole where I was at on Irvington Avenue, out near it's near a gas station near what is it, in front of this church. But I remember seeing a sinkhole in the middle of the street. They put a little patch on it and something like that, but there was a sinkhole. And I'm in northern Jersey. I saw a sinkhole. They just put a patch over it. This was on Irvington Avenue. So we're going back to New Jersey, right? This is New Jersey right here. This is northern Jersey. The little water patch right there is northern Jersey. Southern Jersey, according to this map, is probably going to be all right. But I'm living up here in the city. So I think northern Jersey is going to go through some very bad times in regards to water. New York is probably going to be underwater or something like that. I don't know, man. But makes you think like, hey, maybe something's going to happen to America. And we need to think about this. Okay, so let's go and watch another sinkhole video.
Winter storm is our top story this morning.
Things are much calmer today after yesterday in the city's South Shore neighborhood this morning.
This is Lake Michigan right here, January 2020.
Good morning, ladies. It is not snow that is the issue this morning. Ever seen waves on 3rd Street? Police barricades are up. A man we ran into this morning who was clearing snow off his car, reaching up to 20.
Right, Mark. The spot that I stood in yesterday.
This is stages, and I think this is Chicago. I'm not sure, but it tells you each state on the PDF document.
Homeowners out here have watched their for them days and has taken away people's property. Minute by minute, we have watched soil drop into the ground. Absolutely heartbreaking for families. There are now 3 families, almost 4, who have had to evacuate and are essentially homeless. As they say, the government has just given too little too late. Only their mayor, they say, has been fighting to help them, but they have not seen the state or federal government come to help. They are devastated, and they want someone out here to stabilize this bank. Take a listen.
Nobody ever figured in our lifetime that this was going to happen here, or else we would have moved years ago. Right now, I can't even describe the feeling that I feel.
Some people are being nice and offering us food and don't even want to eat right now because.
Yeah, I had the first meal that I've ate in 2 days, just a minute ago. No.
Okay, so you keep in mind, like, these people, they're homeless, and he just said that he hasn't eaten in 2 days. Okay, so there's about to be a lot of poverty and famine going on in this country.
Eating. Just
right now because.
Yeah, I had the first meal that I've ate in 2 days, just a minute. Yeah, I had the first meal that I've ate in 2 days, just a minute ago. No. Yeah, it's devastating. Absolutely.
We have heard that Skagit County may come out here tomorrow morning and start working on a plan to out here to let the river sort of.
I don't really want to hear what she has to say, but yeah, these are states that are showing up on this I Am America map right here. These are states. It's showing here that there's going to be a lot of states going underwater.
Obviously, start their investigation.
Okay, this is Florida right here. Okay, so look, let's go back to the I Am America map. Let's look at Florida. It shows here that southern Florida is going to be going underwater. It's going to be going through some land changes. Florida's already got some floods going on. Hold on, let's go and look at some flood videos because I remember seeing, some flood videos about Florida getting flooded and stuff.
One of the world's most famous cities, wading through waters from their ankles to their knees.
Okay, Venice was getting flooded. Southeast with rain. Okay, so we're getting floods here. So you like going on all the links and just look at it for yourself and everything. All right. It's a picture of a house getting sunk into the ground.
It's going down this way.
Damn.
Ven acá y se lo pasa a nosotros. ¿Y se lo pasa a nosotros?
I don't know.
So you guys can watch all these videos on these links, but this is what you're gonna be seeing. This is what you're gonna be seeing when you watch these links. And you watch these links and you just put it together on what's going on. This is Louisiana. Okay, so look, let's go back to the I Am America map here. Where's Louisiana? Louisiana is next to Texas. All right? This is the I Am America map. This is Louisiana right here. That's Louisiana right here. Let's go to Google Maps. That's Louisiana. Okay. It's Google Maps right here. That's Louisiana. Okay. This is I Am America map. That's Louisiana and after I Am America. Okay, so we're gonna go back to this video. He's saying there's sinkholes in Louisiana.
Dennis Landry is a real estate developer. He named it Sportsman's Paradise. No catastrophe.
Where once there was just a stand of cypress trees and tupelo gum trees, all the trees were gone. I caught a glimpse of hell on earth. Got a strip bin full of his
Firm, underground salt cavern under Bayou Corn. Later, they extract the solution. But in 2012, the brine-filled cavern collapsed, creating a sinkhole and releasing oil and methane gas deposits.
What we're dealing with is a very puzzling when dirt went into that would form on the surface.
Home to 150 petrochemical plants, is often referred to as Cancer Alley. With the sinkhole expanding, releasing more gas.
Years with the intention of being here for the rest of their retirement.
Built their house brine with
care of, here. Every other house has had just fine. To be
The road, we're gonna get past.
Okay, so that was Louisiana. That was Louisiana. It shows here on this I Am America map that Louisiana is going to be underwater. Okay, and I'm thinking like a lot of these places, Florida was, used to be swamp area, but they, I think in the past they've, expanded Florida. I don't know. I'm not sure. I might not be correct. I'm not a geologist or whatever. But Florida used to be nothing but swamps. And now it's just like it's catching up to people.
It's gone. It's just gone.
Like the rest of us, Denise and Robert Webb watch in awe and disbelief as that huge house teeters on the edge of a cliff over Lake Whitney.
And you don't see how something that huge could get hurt or just disintegrate right in front of your face.
But for the Webbs, it's even worse and far more personal because that's their house the world is watching.
That's my life there that we're watching fall off.
And it wasn't until you see it sitting there with
foot of stag and
children.
Waterfront property, an apartment along Florida taken ago.
And you're
give way back in April. They were finally told to leave a few weeks ago.
And you're thinking, now.
Webbs purchased the home in 2012. It checked out fine, they say. Geologists
even
unsettled boaters believe take of their home, a demo.
It's better than nothing.
Johnny Andrews.
Okay, so this is another video saying that California is sinking. Even California is, sinking. They're getting holes in California.
In Seabright, New Jersey, has residents stepping very carefully.
The sinkholes don't look very big at first, but they can be dangerous. CBS News' Meg Baker has more.
It's a strange phenomena. A dozen or so sinkholes, like deep rabbit holes about 2 to 3 feet wide, appeared on the beach at the north end of Seabright this weekend.
Okay, so let's look for Seabright, New Jersey. All right. Seabright, New Jersey. All right. Seabright, New Jersey looks like northern New Jersey to me. Yeah, that's like from central Jersey and up. And the I Am America map is, of course, showing that northern Jersey is going to be underwater. So you can see it right there. So, I mean, like that line, right, it pretty much like starts right there at central Jersey. Starts right there at central Jersey, and then like every northern New Jersey is going underwater. This is Something to contemplate on.
Some so deep if you stepped in it, you would be in over your head. This is video resident Danny Sciambroni took. He went down to the beach to check out the waves when he almost found himself in a 6-foot sinkhole.
I just saw that the sand had giant holes and there wasn't just one, it was 10. A lot of people walk their dogs up and down. You see the caution signs, but you don't really know that it is a real thing.
He says he saw similar sinkholes after Superstorm Sandy.
Now, these sinkholes can kill people. What if you're like in the house and you're in the house, in the basement, or on any floor, and your house just starts sinking in the ground, and all the doors get jammed shut because the house is bending. Bricks are bending over your house. Bricks are bending your windows shut. Bricks are bending your doors shut, and your house is sinking in the ground. You're trapped in your house, and your house is going underground, possibly falling down into a bottomless pit. God knows what is in these sinkholes and in these bottomless pits. And it shows in Revelation or somewhere in the Bible that a bottomless pit is going to be open, and dark angels are going to come out of the bottomless pit along with locusts, and it's going to start killing people. Okay, this stuff is in the Bible. This stuff is in the Bible about bottomless pits being opened up during the end times. Okay, we're looking at stuff about like sinkholes happening 2019, 2020. Okay, Seabright, New Jersey. It's Central Jersey. That's Central Jersey and on up. And in the I Am America map, Central Jersey and up is underwater according to this map. Now, again, this may not be an accurate, analysis of what this country could possibly wind up looking like, but you put two and two together, things that are happening in America right now could possibly link up and add up to this result.
The settling of the rocks around there, the sand is supposed to kind of them to about 20, let them all settle in.
So we don't want to listen to what he has to say and everything like that, but I mean, the information is there. The signs are there. Earthquakes going on. These are links to different types of earthquakes, sinkholes. And then we're going into scriptures here about the Antichrist. 1 John 2:18, 1 John 4:3, 2 John, 2 Thessalonians, Revelation 13:17, and everything. So, it's just a lot of stuff going on. Talking about books from Doctrine Covenants. We've never heard this book before. First Nephi, Second Nephi, First Nephi, and a lot of stuff going on in regards to like what's happening. If you read like the book of Second Ezra's 15:15, and it says you can link this up to like end time stuff. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes." Okay, so in other words, what this means here is when they say they shall not regard their kings or princes, they're not going to pay attention to their laws. They're not going to care about what their presidents or their governments are going to say. They're going to do what they want. They're going to deputize themselves, and they're going to do whatever they want. They're going to go from house to house. They're going to take food, hurt people. And here's some links here that I use as examples as to what's going on and everything. This stuff has been recently happening. Okay, so go open these links up and watch them.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Nova Scotia, where a gunman went on a shooting rampage. Right now, police say 14 people are dead, including the suspect. The community is in shock, and the Mounties are grieving the loss of one of their own, Constable Heidi Stevenson.
2 children have lost their mother, and a husband has lost his wife. Parents have lost their daughter, and countless others lost an incredible friend and colleague.
That's where they RC found
overnight villages. Fires with firearms complaint in the tiny village of Portapic, about an hour and a half drive near our border. For 51, they tweeted Gabriel Wortman and that there were several victims. By late morning, they tweeted Wortman may be driving what appears to be an RCMP vehicle and wearing an RCMP uniform. A short time later, they reported Wortman was driving a small SUV traveling southbound on the Trans-Canada Highway. After clarifying their suspect was not a member of the RCMP, they announced they'd taken him into custody. In fact, Wortman is dead. He died after a confrontation with police at a gas station near the Trans-Canada.
At one point during the course of the evening hours, he police unit Canard
Himself. Everyone indenturist proper. He worked out of this office
cooperating with authorities.
Wortman was a denturist. He worked out of this office in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Sources say he owned property at Portapique Beach, although he was not well known among people who lived there.
My sister knew him because he's a denturist, and she just
hiding
is something.
Okay, so we're not going to watch the whole thing. We're going to go into my Bible notes here. Okay, 2nd Ezra 15:15. 2nd Ezra 15:15 clearly says that this is going to happen. Okay, so when you look at this guy that just did this, excuse me, you look at the guy. What this guy did is everything that this Bible is saying. He deputized himself. How did he deputize himself? He went and got a police uniform, and he went and bought a police car and got some police decals put on the police car. On the car. It was a fake police car. It was just a regular car made of the same model that the police officers drive. He got some fake decals made, and he put them on the car. He got some fake decals off of the internet, so we bought those police patches and put them on in uniform. So he go around and make everybody think that he's a cop. He started going around shooting people. Okay, so he deputized himself, and that's what the Bible says. The 2nd Ezra 15:15 says that they are not going to. For they shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. They're going to break laws. And they're not going to care about what their presidents or governments say in regards to law. They're going to break the law and do what they need to do to survive. Or they're probably just going to commit suicide and try to take some people with them. Okay, this is happening right now. 2nd Ezra. This is happening right now in this Bible. This Bible mentioned this. This is something to think about. Okay, he put on a police uniform. He deputized himself. Okay? So y'all want to watch the link and go back and watch the whole link?
Yeah, it was about 10 o'clock. I went upstairs to go to bed. Me and my brother were.
That guy shot his brother. The guy that was the dentist that deputized himself. He shot his brother, killed his brother. And this is his brother. He's there telling the story. Watching his brother lay in a pool of blood. And it's very sad. You see, you guys gotta. Okay, so look, Duck Dynasty star drive-by shooting results in man's arrest. Okay, so they're gonna be fighting amongst each other. And this is the supposed guy. Daniel King Jr. was arrested following a drive-by shooting at an estate belonging to Willie Robertson. Okay, so they're fighting among themselves. They're gonna be taking anger out on each other. And a lot of the stuff, these prophecies are happening. Something to think about.
Ahmaud Arbery, age 25, killed by 2 white men.
Okay. Here's another brother. This recently just happened. Okay. He killed by 2 white men. This guy was just going out jogging. This happened April 28th, 2020. Okay, today is April 29th. So this happened yesterday. Okay. So we'll do it again. We'll start over.
Ahmaud Arbery, age 25, killed by 2 white men. In the small coastal town of Brunswick, Georgia, Ahmaud Arbery was running through a local neighborhood when he was shot and killed by 2 local residents. The former high school football player enjoyed running to stay fit.
Okay, so again, these are signs. This stuff is happening right now. 2nd Ezra 15:15 is saying this. What did those 2 white guys just do? These 2 white men? They're deputizing themselves. It's going to get very dangerous, guys. I don't think that this coronavirus stuff, I don't think America's going to get better. Yeah, I think if anything from this point on out, it's going to get more dangerous and more dangerous. So what I think everybody needs to do is stock up on food, buy plywood, sheets of wood, and board up your houses, and make your house look vacant or abandoned, and just stay indoors. You know, you guys need to be buying like maybe 100 bags of rice, 200 bags of rice, 300 bags of rice to hold you for a year. You know, because all this stuff right here is happening in the Bible. America's not coming back. Okay, so you looking at this video right here, this brother right here that got shot. God bless his soul. Um, this is exactly what the Bible mentions. It says that people will deputize themselves. They will take laws and matters into their own hands, and they will go around killing people, looking for people to kill. And I have a feeling that the South is going to get hit the hardest with a lot of riots and massacres and stuff. God, you know, I'm hoping that none of that stuff comes up here. You know, finds its way up to New York or New Jersey. But it's going to get very dangerous. You guys need to listen to Big Judah and Elder Ayal and get right with God, man, because things ain't going to be right. Things are going to be very dangerous.
As he ran on Sunday in February.
Okay, so we're going to listen to the whole story. And I'll just go and watch the whole story when I get a chance. So this is exactly why I typed up this whole PDF document, and I started taking this link and passing it all out. Passing this link out. So I could, you know, this will pretty much be my way of ministering to people and telling people about the Word of God and stuff like that, because the scriptures are here, and it does inform you about the Bible. It informs you about the end times, and you know all the stuff that's going on that America isn't telling you about. You know, it tells you about the Antichrist and all that stuff, and you know the different books of the Bible. All you got to do is click on the link, and you could just open it up in a different window or stuff like that. You know, you don't need to go out and buy a Bible. You could just, you know, as long as you have internet, you could just click on these links in this PDF document, and it will take you to a Bible online. It'll take you to the Bible online. Okay, so we're saying here, 1 John 2:18. This takes you to 1 John chapter 2. You scroll all the way down to 18. And 18 is right here. Okay, the Bible is online, so there's no excuse about why you can't read the Bible. It's okay. You could go and download the King James Version Bible in the Google Play Store. Okay. There's plenty of different versions of Bibles that you can download. You can download Holy Bible, Bible Components, ESV Bibles, King James Version Bible. There's no excuse for me. There's no excuse for you. There's no excuse for anybody to say they can't get a hold of a Bible. Okay, the Bible is free on Google Play. If you don't have a phone, but you have access to a computer, you can just go up on here. Sometimes, you know, you won't find all the books of the Bible inside of the Bible, but let's see. We could go to Colburn. The book of Colburn is actually on the internet for free. Also, the link is right there, of course. This is the full text of Colburn Bible. You know, again, you just go down here. Prophecy being fulfilled in your end times. Blacks will be restored as rulers of God's earth. The book of Colburn. Here's the link right here. There's actually two links. It comes in PDF format also. You get the Odes of Solomon right here. And all this stuff is free on the internet. You know, it comes in text. You can, you know, scroll through it and read it and all that stuff. There's no excuse why you can't know, why you can't follow along when you go and listen to Big Judah's video. Okay, this is the Colburn Bible. Okay, but it would definitely, eventually, God forbid, we get to the point where, you know, their internet gets shut off, electricity gets shut off in a whole entire country, and you don't have the books. You need to go and buy these books off of Amazon right now. Yeah, you need to go and buy these books right now. It's the judgment of God in predicted order. It's strange omens. It says here, strange omens are going to happen. Okay. Big Judah talks about that in his video. what biblical omens did Israel experience. Okay, that link takes you to Big Judah. Okay, and it talks about omens in First Nephi. It talks about it in First Nephi chapter 13, and the book of Baruch also. Okay, so let's go and read First Nephi chapter 12. Okay, it talks about the omens here. Nephi sees a vision in the land of promise. Okay, he sees a vision in the land of promise. Okay, so we're back when we talk about Lori Toy. She's mentioned that she saw a vision of America, parts of America being underwater. California, Seattle, Washington, New York, New Jersey, Florida, Louisiana. Okay, she had a vision. Okay, this is Nephi. Okay, this is First Nephi chapter 13. Nephi sees a vision in the church of the devil set up among the Gentiles. Okay, so we're going all the way back up to the church in these videos of why the churches are getting struck down. It's set on fire. Okay, you don't think it's a coincidence? Elder Ayal talks about the church and how the church was set up. Okay, it's okay. So let's go back down. First Nephi. Let's go back down here. Okay, First Nephi 13. We'll go to that. Oh, we already did that. Okay, so here you can find the book of Baruch, Apocrypha. Okay, that's the another part of the Bible that was hidden from us, or another part of the Bible that no one really spoke about. When we were coming up in the church. Okay, so you can find all chapters of Baruch on this page right here, sacredtext.com. Okay, and the links are all right here. You guys might want to print out all these documents as soon as you can, because if the internet gets shut off, that's going to be it. You won't be able to get this information unless you know somebody that has a Bible. You could go to Amazon. We talk about Bible here. You can buy the Bible. You can buy a kosher. You can buy the Apocrypha and the Book of Mormon also. Okay, all these different books are here on the internet. Y'all might want to get a hold of these books as soon as you can before the internet gets shut off. You go to Big Judah's channel, and you guys definitely consider downloading his whole YouTube channel with an app called computer app called J Downloader. Let's go check out the website, or either Clip Converter. Okay, so this is J Downloader right here. You download it and install it, and I'll show you what it looks like. This is pretty much what it looks like right here. I actually used it to download all of Big Judah's videos, save it to a hard drive, save it to DVD, and just save all of his lectures, because that man is, everything he's talking about makes a lot of sense, and it helps you to understand more about the Bible. It helps you to understand what times we're living in. You never know when Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is gonna come back. You guys want to be prepared for that. Okay, so this is J Downloader. You could just download all his videos from his YouTube channel and just save it to your hard drive if you have enough space on your hard drive, that is. Okay, this is J Downloader. This Clip Converter, you'll have to do it one by one with this website right here. You'll have to take the link, do it one by one, and keep on doing it. But that's if J Downloader doesn't work and it misses some videos that you can't download. Okay, so get this information while it's here and while it's at the tip of your fingertips. It's all free. Big Judah's doing stuff for free. You download his PDF documents, his notebooks, give him a little donation, and just thank him for the work he's doing. The Most High is using him to put this information out so that we can understand what the Lord wants us to do. So I feel that this is it for America, and something new is coming to Earth. Something new is coming. Okay, all these extra notes right here about Don't Eat Swine, 144,000 Army of the Lord, and Elder Ayal did a wonderful sermon, a wonderful YouTube video about the 144,000 Army of the Lord. there may be some things that you guys don't want to hear about, but this is just some stuff that seems to be lining up with everything in the Bible. Prophecies being fulfilled near end times. Blacks will be restored as rulers of God's earth. Big Judah is talking about that. Book of Colburn. Second coming of Christ's return. What it's going to look like. 3 days of darkness, thick darkness. You can't see your own hand, no light. So even when the sun and the moon goes out, there's not going to be any light. There's not going to be any electricity. How is there not going to be any electricity? Didn't you see those videos of those tornadoes tearing down all the electric lines? Clouds are going to be covering the sky. Those clouds might come from the tornadoes that go off. I mean, from the volcanoes that go off. Let's go and watch a volcano video. F. Hold. Okay, so this is how I do it with this little bar right here up at the top. I hold Control, I press F, the little bar comes in the upper right hand corner, and we type in what we're looking for. Volcano. Okay, so let's go and look at some volcano. Okay, and these are also some volcanoes that have been erupting and stuff like that. You know what happens when a volcano lava goes into the water? The water in the volcano lava makes big smoke. It makes a lot of smoke, and it could possibly cover the whole entire skies with nothing but volcano smoke. Okay? Now, I don't have time to really look for a video on a volcano or anything like that, but if I do ever come across that video, I'll be sure to include that volcano link in here, and I'll keep this document updated and everything. But yeah, guys, whoever's watching this video, whoever comes across this video and stumbles across it, pay attention to these signs. Yeah, that's me right there, preparing for end times. Pay attention to these signs. And make things right with Yahweh. Because these signs are very scary. These signs are very scary. Thanks for watching.